Good morning. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Friday, 22nd of April. It's my birthday this weekend. Woo! Hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to be doing some channeling for the collective this morning, as usual. But I'm also going to be giving mini reads as well. If you're on here live with me, then check out that pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top, to find out how you can get a mini read. If you're watching the replay, come along live sometime. I do this 3 times a week, always at the same time. It's 7 a.m. Bangkok time. I always set, once I've finished the one that I'm doing right now, I'll set up the next one. So you can see it laying in wait on my YouTube channel. Check it out. Click on that, set a reminder, I think it says on it, and you can get a reminder to come along if you want a mini read. We'll have to see you here if you're watching the replay. So if you're on here live and you want a mini read, check out that pinned comment up top, because it's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there for your donations. You can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker if you like here on YouTube, if that's easier for you. Hey, Maria. And once you've done your donation, you've got a question for your higher self, or you just want general guidance, whatever it is, put a capital Q at the start of your comment, just so I can find it easily amongst the comments for those mini reads. What have we got going on today? Fleeting beauty. Temporary situation. A temporary situation. Things are changing, huh? So whatever state we're in at the moment, it's changing. This is a temporary situation. Got a warrior and nature. Warrior nature, I like that. Hey, Timothy. Warrior nature, it's me. My Aries element. We're in Taurus now, hey. Woo! Cusping it. Interesting. It's my massage therapist's birthday today. She's a cusper too. I had a massage with her yesterday and I didn't realise, but Facebook told me this morning. Warrior and nature, or warrior nature, something that we'll fight for. Temporarily though. Huh. Wow, things have amplified here on the island in my specific space, because the where the current gym is at the moment, the land has been sold and we have to get out there. Well, we had to get out there in 3 months, and that was a month ago, so 2 months, but no, it's changed now. 1 month. We've got 1 month left to get out of there, so we're closing. It's closing. That's not enough time to even move to another premises that is almost ready. Which is kind of, well, it's okay for me, you see. And it's okay for everyone, because everyone's got something else apart from one person. There's one person that doesn't have anything else going on. And so he's running around like a headless chicken at the moment, wondering what the hell he's going to do. Because he lives there too. Hey, Kate. So that's interesting. It's an interesting progression. It kind of takes the pressure off trying to do it in 2 months, because we were talking about August anyway and having a new place. So at the earliest, so it will be a total relaunch, which is kind of good instead of a move. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we've got recharge. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. Recharge ourselves. We're recharging this weekend with a big party. So something that's short-lived, a warrior spirit, a warrior nature, something that we're fighting for. We need to recharge ourselves. Ooh. Interesting. What's going on out there? People, neighbours. Let's find out with the Lenormand what they want to talk to us about, because that's not making much sense to me right now. Whatever we're in at the moment is a temporary situation, or whatever's happening at the moment, just temporary situation. In all likelihood, it's for the best as well. Okay, Lenormand, let's show you the cards. Well, there is usually a reason. There's usually a reason behind any delays or anything like that, right? And I can already see a good reason. I can already see a good reason. There's a lot going on outside today. I can already see a good reason in the having to close the gym down before we relaunch. Just because of this man that's dependent on it. He really shouldn't be. And he can't run it, because he obviously can't run it, because he loses money. So that kind of him having to find something else is a good thing. Not that he won't work for us, absolutely will, but just to cut that whole I'm running this place thing out, because he's not going to be. We've got birds, which is about gossip, communication. We've got garden, community. And then we've got, with the talk of the town, anchoring it in. Oh, so there's talks about it. Okay. Talks about it. Snake. A snake. There's a snake in the grass. Someone working against you. Someone with a past connection with somebody or something. So whatever this temporary situation is that I'm talking about for you in particular, for me it's probably this business thing. For you it could be a house, for you it could be a business thing, for you it could be a relationship. There's someone connected that had a love connection, an old love connection with that business, with that house, with that person, a snake in the grass, someone that's going to stand in your way, try and disrupt things. Loyal heart. Oh. Okay, we could be talking about traditions here. We could be talking about someone that doesn't want change, throwing spanners in the works because of a traditional kind of a love for that thing. You know, well, was it on here that I was telling you about the house? Someone was selling a house. I was interested in the land, not the house. Old 5-brow house in Australia. But it's right on the beachfront. And you can knock that thing down and build a beautiful house there. Beachfront house. But the seller didn't want to sell to anyone that was going to do that. They wanted someone that wanted that shitty little house. Oh, well, good luck finding someone that wants, for that price, a crappy little 5-brow house. I wonder if they ever sold it, or if he gave it up. Let someone actually build a nice place on it. But it's something like that. It's someone who has a nostalgic kind of a love, and they're loyal to that, steadfast in it, and they want it their way. That's what we're talking about here. Ring. It's about commitment. Why does this happen? My throat goes funny at the start of Cave. It stops me from talking. Tree. What's tree? Well-being. Committed to well-being, yes. Health and wellness and all that stuff. And of home. Okay. I think this is kind of the guidance. Be committed to that. Be committed to things working out. Our well-being, the well-being of our home. House, home, assets, businesses, all of that. Well, the well-being of it. Interesting message. Okay, so reading these down, we've got gossip about that snaky person and their commitments, what they're committed to. So there's talk about them too. There's probably talk or gossip coming from that person, but there's also gossip about them too. Gets even more complicated, doesn't it? Of what they're committed to and why they're committed to it. Why are you so committed to, when someone's committed to something that doesn't make sense, or something, it's like someone that's holding on to something, tight grip on it. Then we've got community, having this old love, this kind of a past love is what I'm getting from that card today, about well-being. So the well-being of the community, this is all telling me that there's people that don't want change. And that's interesting to pick these up from these cards, because in the energy update today, it was all about change and about chaos and confusion when someone realizes that change needs to happen, and it's disruptive, and people, and it was the worst possible cards out, like 5 of Swords with the 9 of Swords. That's horrible energy. That is stress, chaos, confusion, people causing fights, sleepless nights, just anxiety, crap. It's crap. And so here we're talking about change, and the community doesn't like it. Community being people that are around you, people involved, family, friends. Hey, Carrie. Yeah. So we've got a bit of crap coming up here. Then we've got the anchor, the dog in the house. So this is like, stay loyal to it, persevere. You might have to fight for it, yes. This warrior nature, but we've got recharge there. This is just fleeting beauty. This is just a temporary situation. Be sure to recharge yourself through it as well. So don't get too heavily involved in it all. Don't be tearing your hair out, right? So as my friend is flapping and getting so stressed out, I was like, oh, what are we going to do? Well, maybe in the last month he shouldn't have had his head stuck in the sand going, no, we won't need to move. Like, yes, we will need to move. He sold it. We know that. He kept on, and he was telling other people as well, no, we can stay there. We can't. Someone sold the land and the building on it. We can't stay there. Anyway, he did stick his head in the sand, and now he's flapping, but everyone is just like, stop. It's not that big a deal. I know it's a big deal for him, but he's just going to have to get a job. He's just going to have to get a job, babe. So there's that kind of disruption. Don't buy into it. That's what that recharged card says. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about temporary drama because of change. And it always happens, right? Because human beings, we don't like change. It stresses us out. We want things to change, and then when it actually happens, we're like, I don't like this. I like my little rut that I've been in. Good thing about this is it's fleeting beauty. It's temporary. This too shall pass, We've just got to get through this and keep a level head about it as well. And definitely don't run around like a headless chicken. There's my guidance. How's your house going, Maria? Is that all going through, or are people running around like headless chickens there? What else has everyone else got going on? Me, birthday party tomorrow. I'm excited about that. The Ace of Wands, here it is again. Every single cafe it comes out. We get the Ace of Wands every time now. Something exciting is starting. Something you're passionate about. It's really good. It's going to be really good. You've thought it up. Maybe you've planned it out, written it down in a book, and it's growing now. It's going to be splendid. This new chapter, relationship, business, lifestyle, move, whatever it is for you. Thank you, Carrie. Last night I was watching Morgan Turner. I like her channel. She does makeup, and she's really sparky personality as well. I like her. She's funny. Because I thought, I always, like before I go to bed, I always think, what eye makeup am I going to do tomorrow? Because it's so early in the morning when I get ready for this, that although I like doing things in the morning, that's not when I don't have the time to think about it so much. Anyway, so I was thinking about it last night. What eye makeup shall I do tomorrow? I thought, I'll watch a video before I go to sleep on the Rose Quartz palette, and I'll use that. And so I searched it, and hers came up, and I'm a subscriber to her channel, but obviously I subscribed after that came out because I'd never watched that video. Anyway, she did this look, and when she was doing the introduction with it on, she said, you have to do this look with this palette. And so I watched it, and I'm like, yes, I'm definitely doing that look with this palette tomorrow morning. And I remembered how to do it too. And it's really cool. I like it. There's a gradient of different, 4 different thingies, sparklies, whatever you call them, shimmers on it, and a smoky thing. I like it. I'm going to do this again. I might even wear this for my birthday. There's a delay. Your seller's purchase fell through. They found another property. Purchase needs more investigations. Taking it in stride. Good job. That's what you need to do at the moment. Yeah. Because human nature can be to get frustrated and start stomping as if someone else can do anything about it, which they can't, right? And so this is going with the flow. To go with the flow and just go, okay. And I'm not talking about letting people push you around or bad things happen and stuff like that. This is the stuff that we can't do anything about. And even if it's someone having an emotional reaction to it, we can't do anything about that either. And it's not yours to fix either. If someone is having an emotional reaction to change or something that you're doing, it's not your responsibility to mop up their emotional reaction too. So we've got to be cool. Got to be cool about this. Anyway, we're headed to good things. Ace of Wands. Oh, Carrie, let's do you. Anyone else want a mini read? Get your donations in if you do. Thanks for yours, Carrie. Check in on my person. Communication was really good. Now seems difficult again. Will the roller coaster ever level out? I could be overthinking. Says we're fine. But the energy is off. Let's find out about this. What's going on here? Change. That doesn't surprise me, right? With what we've just been saying, choose to change and communication coming. Right. There's a bit of resistance here to change is what's going on. So that energy that you're feeling off, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. You know, if you can feel something off in someone, it could be just their internal resistance and they're dealing with that. So say someone asks me, hey, Claire, do you want to MC this event? And I say yes, and they have a weird feeling about it. They're probably picking up on my inner resistance to that, me getting nervous about it or whatever. And then, but I know that it's a yes for me and I want to do it. And so I'm going to deal with that myself. So that's what I'm picking up on, is that some change is coming about. They've got an internal resistance to it. You're picking up on that internal resistance to it, but they're dealing with it. It's still a yes to them. They're still moving forward with it. They've just got a bit of nervousness or something like that. They've got something to deal with in themselves, but it's not a red flag or a deal breaker or anything like that. Something they're working through. Not necessarily. So in that example, if they said to me, are you okay? Is there something wrong with that? I'd say, no, I'm fine. Because I'm dealing with it myself, right? I'm not going to turn around to them and go, oh, well, I feel a bit nervous. No, I'm not going to dump it all on them, my internal process, right? Because I don't need to. I can deal with it myself. And it's not for theirs to fix. And then it might make them feel bad for even asking me. And that was just going to get messy. So if they're not communicating to you about that, about their internal process, good. They're dealing with it themselves. Communication is coming now about that. So you will get to know about it, but it's going to be after they've dealt with it. And that's a good thing. We want to be around people like that, people that sort their shit out themselves. And I'm not talking about and keep it to themselves and never communicate, but communicate once they've sorted it out. Not communicate when they're in it and bring someone else into it and make them feel like it's their problem or they've caused the problem. Or all of that, it makes a mess, especially if you're around people that like to fix things and take responsibility for other people. It causes an energetic mess. Good to deal with things ourselves and to be able to do with that first. Doesn't like to bother you with his issues. There you go. And that's good. That's a very responsible, emotionally responsible person owning their own shit. Good. Make love and touch. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, it's a yes. I mean, it's good. It's yes. Answer to your question. Is it going to come good? Yes. It will level out. It will level out. Well, but there'll be other things that come up, of course. This process never ends. There's things that come up. You'll go through this again, but you'll learn to trust it even more, especially when you realize that they have sorted it out within themselves. Very good. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. Timothy, the person you once thought of as soulmate, possible twin flame, is gone. The next day, new potential of girlfriend became heavily entwined in my life. Tarot reader. 11 years. Assumed advanced beyond me. She feels like our vibes pretty close. Met a few weeks ago. Instantly in banter for the first 10 minutes. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's good. And so that came right after I let go. Very interesting, Timothy. Well, welcome, Tammy. Join our Facebook group if you're on Facebook. Here's the link. Stay in touch. Come back. Let's get more cards out for the collective. So we've got the Ace of Wands, which comes out every cafe now. We've got great things happening. Three of Pentacles suggests that this is about community. This is a joint effort. This is about you being around the right people, right relationships. It's about the planning stage as well. Collaborations, planning, building something from the ground up. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware at the weekend that the talks that we had, it was just planting seeds. Because we saw each other like 3 times with breaks and talked a little bit more, just planting those seeds so I could think about it, so I could think about it, and then talk again. And still planting the seeds. I don't know what it is for you, if you're still at the planting seed stage, but definitely at the beginning stages of stuff going on here. But at least we've got change happening now. Yeah? We've stopped with the Temperance and Threshold cards. If anyone wants a mini read, check out that pinned comment. The comment's pinned up top of the live chat. It tells you how to do it. Okay. So the Ace of Wands and Three of Pentacles is going to be really good. And, Three of Pentacles, that doesn't surprise me, because Ace of Wands the Aces are always meaning a new start, but it's big, right? And it's exciting, and you're passionate about it. Three of Pentacles is a good thing. We want to build on firm foundations, right? We do. And we want to take it slowly too. Then we've got the King of Pentacles. Oh, the stability in that. Maybe reaching some kind of a stability in our thoughts about it. No, not in our thoughts about it, in the Pentacles about it. So some kind of stability at the material level. A material level stability. I'll carry on going, because I don't really understand what that means. It feels to me like cooperative components, but in the physical, in the tangible world. A stability in that. It doesn't feel like somebody else to me. It feels like the entity that is what it is that you're creating, the business, the relationship, the house, or whatever. There's some material kind of stuff sorting itself out, because everything that we create is an energetic entity in itself. So this business, it has actually gone through a few incarnations, but when I first dreamed it up, that's the getting pregnant with it kind of thing. And then it's developed to more, yes, but that original intention was very important behind the business. It's an entity in itself. Everything that we do is just like a human being is as well. When we create one of those, there's a thought behind it. And so that entity has manifestational power too. Yeah, interesting, right? Interesting. So then thinking back to the Lenormand and what the Lenormand cards are saying is this phase, whatever it is, this confusion, the gossip, the community, the talk, the people that have had nostalgic, I don't want this change kind of thing, all of that needs to play out. because that's going to affect the entity that is this new thing that you're beginning with, new relationship, new business, new house, whatever it is. There needs to be a stability in that external energy with physical components coming in. So that means you might just be waiting. You might be waiting for the universe to go, oh, and here's the perfect land for it, or here's the perfect people for it. Because people are tangible things too. So the tangible assets for that solidity, for the the cooperative components, material-wise. 8 of Wands is the communication and the setting off. I just got told to read that one out of the book, so I'll get the book. 8 of Wands, I love 8 of Wands energy because it's like, let's do this, let's go. We've got this vision, this goal, this target, let's do it. Kind of an energy, and the communications around that. Thanks, Kate. Kate, the minimum went up. Sorry for... Didn't let you know. Mosquito flyby. 8 of Wands. Okay, 8 of Wands. Let's read this out. Eight of Wands. After the struggle, there you go. We're in a bit of a struggle phase at the moment. It doesn't have to be a struggle. This is the after the struggle. The way forward is now clear. The woman feels change in the air and knows it's time to act. So you're going to know when it's time to act. This is what's coming up. Right now we're in the struggle. We're in the people being bothered about this change. I don't want it to change, all of that kind of stuff. But after the struggle, the way forward is now clear. The woman feels the change in the air and knows it's time to act. Rising up into a bright blue sky, the woman's 8 vibrant umbrellas work as one to propel her into high gear. Little birds accompany her. Her hair and her skirt billow in the wind. Everything is in flow and moving along as it should be. And it already was in flow. That's the thing. That's the message that I'm getting, is it's already in flow. But sometimes we don't like when the flow is like this part of the flow. Change in the air, ready for action, in the flow, momentum. Yeah, we're already in the flow. Might not feel like it though. Tammy, check out that check out the pinned comment. The comment that's at the top of the live chat that tells you how to get these mini reads by donation. $10 mini read. There's a PayPal link in there for your donations. You can also use Super Chat, Super Sticker if you want. And if you've got your question or you just want general, put just like Kate did there with a Q at the start like that. The Hanged Man. Change in perspective. Zipper. I'm going to read this one too. The zipper is being brought to my attention for some reason, and I think the book's going to tell us why the zipper's there. Zipper. Hangman. This card shows a graceful woman hanging upside down, her arms crossed over her chest. There she is. She's surrounded by thick green leaves which create a natural and intimate atmosphere. Birds appear between the leaves and are looking at the woman with curiosity. The woman is not at all afraid. She seems calm and is at peace with the situation. Her leg is gently bound to a zipper, and her weight moves the zipper downwards. Oh, with ease. She's not struggling. Okay. Opening up a new perspective, a different landscape from behind the wall of leaves. So she's the chill aspect in there. She's got a different point of view than everyone else that are running around like headless chickens, flapping around, not liking the change and all of that. She's cool as can be, and it's slowly unfolding because of that. A hint of blue sky and clouds are visible behind the woman, and also on her dress. and also on her dress. She knows new opportunity will come if she waits. Stillness, acceptance, fresh perspective, suspension, holding pattern. Yeah. Okay, so that's coming. The Eight of Wands is coming, but we just have to ride this chaos and whatever's going on at the moment with other people. Other people are involved, and that seems to be important because of all of those community and talk and communication, all those Lenormand cards that came out. Because of energetics. We can say, well, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, all we like, but it kind of does. It kind of does, because everybody's focus on something is important. It affects the energy of the thing itself, the entity itself. Ooh. So yeah, Kate, the minimum's gone up. It's not 5 anymore. Hasn't been for a while, a few weeks. Because I was doing these shows and it was just like $20 or something like that. And so I thought I'd focus more on the general stuff for the collective, you know. Then do these mini reads for peanuts. Because Shadows Tarot, okay. So let's get deeper into this, into the what is all of this about? What is all of this about? It's 5 hours between us. It's been sort of moving for a decade. Wow. Wow. Isn't that interesting? No, it's interesting when you meet someone and you find out that your paths nearly crossed before or could have crossed 10 years ago and things like that. I think. Well, that's exciting for you, Timothy. What's you? 8 of Earth. I'm not a big fan of the Earth cards in this deck. I like the Fire ones. The Earth, 8 of Earth. Just the way that they're depicted and all of that. It's air creatures. Ask you to reach higher, stretch further, dream bigger. Whatever it is you're attempting, it's not even close to what's potentially possible. You see, this is why we get an Ace of Wands over and over again. It's big. This thing that's coming, it's big. Slough off whatever baggage is holding you earthbound. Make yourself as light as possible by letting go of doubts and focusing on what you know is possible. That's so funny, because I was just thinking of that hangman energy. It reminded me of a private reading I did yesterday, and I thought, yeah, it's really similar. So she's obviously going through something really similar. And that as well, it said that in it too, that most people, they don't have to give up that much in life. And then there's people like you and me, we tend to have to give up a lot. And it's like, hey, how come? How come I have to keep on losing all my possessions or selling them all or giving them away or whatever, and, you know, go to all these different places? And other people don't need to do that. They seem to be able to keep hold of their stuff and are not expected to make such massive changes in their life. And I know the truth for myself of all of that is because the more we are attached to stuff and people and things like that, the less we're likely to do. And if you've got a big life path, you're asked to let go of a hell of a lot more and more often as well. And it's because there's something bigger coming. And this is what it's reminding me of. Something big is something big. Make yourself as light as possible by letting go of doubts and focusing on what you know is possible. It's going to blow your mind what this thing turns into. It's going to be better than you think. So reach higher. Yeah, I ain't gonna be doing something small. And that's the other thing too, is that the guy that's working there is running it at the moment. It's not his business. He couldn't have a business. He says that he wants one, but he can't have one. He can't have nice things because he doesn't run it properly. He can't be the owner of it, and no one's going to invest in him. He can have a job. He can have, it's just one of those people. Not everyone has got what it takes to be a leader or have a business, and that's okay. But that's what he wants. He wants me to open another small gym. It's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not wasting my time or my energy and my money into that. No, I'm not. And this is kind of saying the same thing too, is reach higher. Do that. Letting go, it's so powerful, hey? Then we got the Three of Air. There's me on my crystal ball. Don't know what this one is in this deck. Three of Air. I've got a problem with rats. They've replaced the manhole cover twice now. Last night, I tried to stop it. It was up there and it's chewing through the ceiling. Now it's the ceiling. Oh man, now I've got a hole in the ceiling. I put the lights on. I was right there underneath it. Like, please stop chewing through the ceiling. But it didn't care. It didn't care. It didn't care. It wasn't scared of me. It didn't care that I was right there. It just carried on doing it until the hole was like that big. So now I'm going to have workmen in here to do that. And it needs to die. That rat needs to die. I don't so much care about the ceiling and stuff like that. It's a pain in the ass, but they will fix it. But I care that at 2:33 a.m. this damn thing comes in and is so noisy, destroying stuff. It wakes me up, disturbs my sleep. Hey, Christine. Three of Air represents finding the truth by looking at something with different eyes or from another point of view. Just as a reflective scrying surface is different than a mirror and shows hidden yet significant information, so we find unperceived yet important truths when looking at something through a different lens. Definitely about seeing things in a different perspective. You just shut it. That'd be funny. Shoot it. Shoot straight up. Blow a hole in the roof. There's poison up there. Put poison up there a couple of days ago. Hopefully he ate it and then chewed through the roof and it won't be back. I was a bit like this yesterday. Maybe I've got a bit of COVID again. Because this is how I was the few weeks after COVID. Just clearing my throat like this in the morning. Someone's probably passed it to me again, but I won't be getting it. I won't be getting it properly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my friend's got it at the moment. It's everywhere, isn't it? Okay, so this Three of Air is saying that it's pretty much saying the same thing as the Hanged Man here, is be chill. When everyone else is not with the flow, is complaining about it and freaking out about whatever's going on, be chill, go with the flow, see it from that perspective, because it is all working out. It is all working out. This is very specific. What did the Llewllyn card say for the guidance bit of it? The last three cards were like guidance about it, wasn't it? It was the ring, the tree, and the house. Yeah, so be committed to well-being. That's what the guidance was. Be committed to our well-being. Be committed to being chill, not stressing yourself out. Be committed to that. So if there's financial instability at the moment, which well could be because King of Pentacles is there, and I was getting that there's there might be a need for financial stability or something to come about. Even if that kind of stuff is up in the air, it's most important not to worry about it, stress about it, all of that. Focus on your well-being, see things from a different perspective. It's going to be bigger than you think. You need to just ride this wave and trust your higher self, and the universe is leading you to this bigger thing. What now? And sometimes that's what we need to do, right? Is they call it holding the space, holding the energy, whatever. I think that's what they call it. That's what I always take it to mean anyway. Being the calm in the storm, being the one that sees clearly, being the one that's like, everything's going to be okay. Being that one. The mother of fire. The one that protects and nurtures that flame, right? Oh, don't worry, Kate, not a problem. But yeah, the mother of fire, she comes out every time now as well, doesn't she? She tends the fire, she nurtures the gift of fire within your life, and she helps it grow. So she's been very nurturing about it. She's not like, well, I'm not doing it then. She's not turning the passion around like that and freaking out about it. She's just letting it grow, letting it unfold, letting it grow, letting it unfold. Very, very earthy energy in a way, dealing with fire in an earthy kind of way. Nurturing that passion, that flame, that idea, that thing that you want, and persevering with it. You know, and it could be that all of that waiting that we've done has prepared us to get to this point, so that when it's starting off now, but it's starting off slowly, we're good about that. We can handle this. You know, we can be chill about it. Did you ever think of that, huh? All of that waiting was just flex that muscle so that we don't freak out when things get going. What else? So moon. Is that the moon? I think it's the moon. It's not temperance. It's the moon. Prepare for the dark days ahead. Seek guidance from ancestors. Yeah, but it might not come at the moment, that's the thing. I mean, you might be asking questions of the cards or stuff like that, or in readings, and it might not come yet. The guidance that you get might be just wait and see, sit it out, that kind of thing. She accepts the darkness without fear, but with respect, knowing that she's strengthening her connection with the divine. So this unknown, this like, it's a good thing. It's not a scary thing. This unknown, she's sitting with that energy. She's cool with it. She's got a connection to her higher self. And she's asking the questions, well, what now? What should we do next? And there's nothing coming back from that apart from it's going to be okay. Just wait and see. And that's okay. That's good guidance right now. Being able to sit with that and to be able to move into the unknown is what is called for at the moment. Then we've got the Four of Water. I had this one recently as well because it reminded me of that movie that I saw. The Four of Water, but I don't remember what it's about. Healing. Four of Water brings with it a promise of healing of some sort, emotional, physical, perhaps of a relationship. Although there may be a bit of pain involved, the long run promises relief and smooth sailing. Right, so at the moment, focusing on the book. What are you focusing on? Yeah, Four of Water. What? It's changed. Apple's changed it. Hey, it didn't used to focus like this before. It used to be much better. They must have multiple focus now or something. I don't know what they've done, but I don't like it so much. So there's some healing involved here, or the healing that you've done has got you to this place where you can wait for the long-term stuff. Be okay with this fleeting beauty, this too shall pass, this temporary kind of unsettled kind of an energy. You're either using that energy to heal yourself more at the moment, or realizing you're all over it. You're all over it. You're all over it already. Timelines are changing, says the Five of Air. So the trajectory that you are on, your future, the fate and stuff like that, it could change at any moment. You're changing it at the moment. What you're doing at the moment, it's like I just saw a leap, you know, like so we've got parallel universes. I think we know this now. I think science is realizing it. We've got parallel universes going on, and we can shift from one to the other by changing our energy. We can actually be in a different place without realizing it, because it looks very similar, because we're all in these parallel universes, and we can shift, and who we are in that parallel universe is slightly different. The circumstances are slightly different. The past is slightly different. Wild, huh? It's wild. It's hard to get your head around that. When I was doing my training for my neurotherapy, which is an EG biofeedback therapy, so learning about neurology and psychology in order to do that. And a very interesting thing I learned about, always stuck with me, multiple personality disorder. When someone can have multiple personalities, and they not just like different moods or anything like that, an actual different personality, the brain fires completely differently, like they're a completely different entity. So you can do brain maps and stuff like that and see how the brain is firing, and it looks like someone else's brain. Not only that, but one of these entities can have a physical illness that isn't present in the other. It's just not there in the other. The energetic structure of the whole body changes, not just how they're coming across. And it's that blew my mind. That blew my mind. What's that about? How can one of them can have cancer and the other one doesn't? So that just shows not the power of our mind, but the power of our energy and who we're being. Not just about the mind. Anyway, this is a shift. It's a shift in timelines. It's a shift of into parallel universes. How we're handling this will open us up to unlimited possibilities, because we're actually going to be in a different universe. Which kind of makes sense. They told me this stuff in my Beyond 2012 book, but the way I tried to explain it in that book, yeah, it was like that, but I didn't explain it in that way, in a parallel universe kind of a way. And that makes more sense now. Then we've got the Four of Air. It might be a little bit frightening. But the Maiden of Earth, just playfully going into it. So yeah, it might be a little bit frightening. It feels like something might click. And that deja vu. I didn't just get it then. I just got told deja vu. Stuff like that will be big. Synchronicities, deja vu will be big as you're going through this shift, or you're about to switch over. Four of Air. Oh, exciting. Omens. Yeah. Omens. Four of Air, sign that the answer is right in front of our eyes. There's also, it's a bit scary down a dark alley there, so it's in the unknown. It's the unknown, into the unknown. But the Maiden of Earth is just being carefree, just like, I'm cool about it. And like everyone's tearing their hair out going, this is terrible. And we're like, nah, I'm cool. This is good. Maiden of Earth. She takes her place among the new blossoms of the field. She brings a sense of lightness and gratitude, a joyful appreciation and celebration of everyday blessings. So she's cool about it. She's more than cool about it. She's loving it. How interesting. So now we're talking about parallel universes. Okay. There's going to be a shift. Kate, let's get to your question. Got into the cards a little bit there. Tarot guidance for you. You want some tarot, not the little cards. Let's get your tarot card out. I'll get the little cards out as well. Oh, Eight of Swords, breaking free of something. No, that was in the energy update today. Feeling trapped by something, breaking free, or somebody is. What's this about for Kate? This is just perceived. It's just in our mind when we get this card out. It's about travel. It's about waiting for it. Being still, keeping quiet. You're not confined. You're not prevented from doing that. The things that you're telling yourself. It could be about travel, but it might be about a move as well. Yeah, the things that you're telling yourself why you can't, the restrictions, it's not true. And so just be quiet. Don't try and change those restrictions around in your mind. Don't try and affirm that the opposite is true or whatever. Just quieten that down, quieten that voice down in a kind of mindset of, what if it isn't true? What if I'm not bound? What if I'm unbound? What if I'm actually free to move now? What if everything's okay? What if I don't have any restrictions? What if I can? Yeah. Oh, okay. Completion and take the risk. Yes, a risk is going to have to be taken for sure. So, Kate, you're going to have to take a risk. It's not going to be easy. There is a risk involved, but all signs are pointing toward this being a good thing for you. The completion of this completion, the thing that needs to end first is something that's in your mind. It's a restriction in your mind of, I can't do that because of this. That's what needs to end. Then a risk needs to be taken. So your restrictions aren't true. Change your mind about that first and just kind of sit with it. You don't need to push forward and try and think of the risk that you need to take. You just need to let go of that thought. Just let it go. It says be still, keep quiet. So just let it go. You don't have to turn it around. You don't have to replace that thought with something else. Just let it go and be open to possibilities. Then something will show up and you'll need to take a risk on that. And yeah, it could be scary, but hopefully not that scary. Yeah. Make sense, Kate? I hope so. Timothy, you've had so many deja vus. I like the way that you spelt that. And a time warp and energy slips. Last 6 to 8 months. Ooh, interesting. How interesting. Astral travel's taken up great blocks of your sleep. I was training yesterday morning, and then my friend, she got the roller thing. Oh, it's back there. I'll show you what it is. It's an ab roller thing. I brought one home because I'm starting to bring my stuff home from the gym. One of these, do you know these? You roll them. It's a bit spring loaded. Anyway, she was getting it out, and I had to stop training because I was like, I had a dream about that last night. I was doing that in my sleep. What a weird thing to dream about, doing an ab roller in the sleep. You kind of push it out in front of you from standing or from kneeling. I do it from kneeling. It's a little bit too much from standing. And then bring it back, which is the hard bit. Thank you, Maria. So yeah, there's a bit of weirdness going on at the moment. Deja vu. Have I had that lately? Not really. Not really. Maria, high self-guidance, house move, relationships. You want tarot as well? Ooh! Let's get one for Maria. Plant's still not happy after being watered. It'll revive soon. It gets drier. King of Cups. Ooh, someone that loves you. Well, I guess this is a love reading then. You King of Cups. King of Cups. Oh. Move away and trust yourself. Okay, this King of Cups, this one that loves you. Trust yourself. You don't need to control this. You don't need to be so focused on it. You don't need to get them to make a move or anything like that. You can just let it go. If they're meant for you, then they're going to come in. So move away is telling me to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let the ship go. They'll come back. This is like trust. This is saying trust, just trust, just trust. And this isn't saying a trust and it's that one and they will come back. This is a let it go and trust. Because it might not be. Like, this is the place I'm at now. Like, sure, the synchronicity is there and everything about Mr. Handsome, but I'm totally open to the fact that he may never make this move, may never. So I'm like, I'm open now, and I'm trusting it. I'm trusting it. Like, it doesn't really bother me. It can be my friend, you know. It really doesn't bother me anymore. Trusting that process, especially because of this business stuff. Anyway, trust. Yours might be about your move, you know, because the things that are happening at the moment are very important for long term in our lives. You might be meeting someone new to do with a move. It's going to love you properly, like the King of Cups does. What's under that and include? Right. Okay. Yes, all the more reason for letting go, because this is saying why you're holding on. Why you're holding on, why you're stopping yourself, why you're stopping yourself from moving on, why you're stopping yourself from being open to other things. Don't do that. What is causing you to cling? Yeah, so this is clingy energy, and it's asking you to move away from that clingy energy, from this one that loves you. Don't need to cling to that. You can trust the process. But what's under that? What's under the thing? What's under the I will not include myself. I will just leave myself out of things. I will not have anything if I can't have that person. That kind of an energy. What's under that? Why not be open to abundance? Why not let yourself receive anything from the universe? Why not trust the universe and let the universe bring abundance and love in for you? Why close it down? Why be pedantic about it? What's behind that? What's behind that? No, it must be this one. Why do we do that? That's the question to ask yourself. Why? Why are you doing that? Yeah, Carrie. Okay with it. And you know what the weird thing is, Carrie? That's probably when it's going to happen, isn't it? If it is them, it might not be, but that's when it's going to happen. When you completely let go of it. And I was told that it's going to happen once I've completely let go of it. And I tell you, I'm getting more and more letting go of it, for sure. For sure. Thank you, Laura. Laura. Hello. What should you know today? What should Laura know? I can't leave you out of the tarot. You're going to have tarot card too. Well, you know, did you all watch the pick a card read that I made on Wednesday? That was the Are They Coming Back? And we had someone that was invited, I think it was the shell reading, was it? It's being invited into being a divine masculine. And then it was a no, they're not stepping up. And it was so disappointing. And it's like, damn it, some of them aren't going to step up. And we need to realize that we've all got free will. Some of these masculines are not going to step up. We have to be okay about that, and we have to set ourselves free for another one that does. Yeah. Lara, you got the Hermit. This is about going within, the inner journey, and not focusing so much on the external manifestations at the moment. Ah, okay. So Lara, initiate romance. With these cards, I might say, like, get out there and initiate it or something like that. With the Hermit card, it's saying this is also already in progress. Not physically. Not, this isn't already in progress as in you have met them, they've asked you out on a date. Not like that. In this kind of a way. You've planted those seeds, you've asked for it. It's on its way. And the circumstances around that brings them in might not have happened yet. You see, in my personal situation, I've got a feeling that this business is a big, this is how you're going to get your person. This is how you're going to meet your person kind of thing. I think it's riding on this. I think I have to start this business first. And I'm getting a lot of confirmation about that it's like, yes. And, you know, who'd have thought it? I was asking for my partner. The universe is waiting for me to start this business. It's that kind of a thing. So it's been initiated, but you haven't got the external stuff happening yet. It's an internal process at the moment. It's the initiation of it, like I was saying, everything, like a business or anything, relationship, it's a thought first, and that's the instigator of it. So it's already started. Meditate and be supportive. So instead of thinking like it's not happening, support yourself. Meditate on that. Meditate being supported. Tell yourself it's happening, not to convince yourself, but because it already is. It's in the process. It's just, if you think about it, there's like one, if there's one that's like completely right for you, first you've got to be in a different place or doing something else. You know, there's just the right way of the way that they're going to come in. Not that there's a right way, but there's an easy way. There's a way that it's going to happen. There's a sequential thing about it. There's a series of steps and stuff that you need to do to get there. It's the inner part at the moment. Hermit. Yep, so be cool about it. The external manifestation is not happening, but it's in progress. And Janine, thank you. Jenny, how's self-guidance for you? Let's get you a tarot card out as well. Liam's lurking outside, hosing things down. He cleaned up out there, what do you call that, patio? When I got back from training, there were leaves on it. There was a bit of a mess when I left. When I got back, it was all hosed down, a little bit wet still and very clean. My plant had been moved and that had been scrubbed, and underneath that it was a bit of a mess. And I'm like, oh, someone's been here. Came in. Like, they brushed up in here as well. It's nice. I think maybe they've been up in the roof to try and find dead animals up there. Jenny. Thanks for your donation, Jenny. You got 2 cards. Oh, now everyone's going to want 2 cards. Very disappointing about the Ten of Pentacles thing. This is the culmination of something, the success of something, perhaps a relationship, but it could be jobs, business, that kind of thing. Disappointing at the moment because you haven't had this sparkly rainbow bowl cup presented to you yet. It's just, these empty bowls are not really empty. It's on the path to it, but you know, these things are not empty. They've got the lessons that we need. It's stepping stones to get to the place that where this success is. Try not to be too disappointed with what's going down at the moment. I'm kind of not, I mean, a part of me is like disappointed about this YouTube channel because it really has tanked ridiculously. It's like when I look at the pick a card reads, they used to be like 4,000 views of it, which still isn't that great. Now it's like 700, 800 a few days later after I've done it. What? Why? I don't get it. So it's just a little bit disappointing, but then I think, well, I've got great things going on in my life. So out with that, about the disappointment thing, is be willing to know that you're good enough. It's all about how you're feeling about yourself. That's when manifestations come in. When we feel good about ourselves and we know that we deserve better, yes, that's when we get it. Not so much about what we convince ourselves or this will happen and that will happen, or get focused on a big dream that we've got, like that law of attraction stuff. That can kind of help, but what the linchpin behind it, what really makes a difference is this. It's knowing that we're good enough. It's how we feel about ourselves. If that's all you do, the law of attraction works for you. If that's all you do, the law of attraction works for you. You can do as many of the other law of attraction things without this, without feeling good about yourself. None of it's going to manifest. None of it. It really is the key to it. Self-love is the key to it. And so rather than, and that's why you've got the empty buckets first. It's the lessons first to teach you about this self-love thing, to teach you this feeling better about yourself, feeling good about yourself. The willingness card means just be willing to do it. You might not have been able to figure it out. You might be like, oh, I'm trying to love myself more. I'm trying to turn this around. I'm trying. And the willingness card is saying all you need to be is be willing to do it. So you don't even have to do it, because that can be mean. It's like I'm focused on loving myself more and being nicer to myself, and that in itself is being mean to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Putting the pressure on, going, damn it, I will sort this out, I will work on this, I will love myself. That in and of itself isn't loving yourself. Just being willing about it, going, okay, well, I'm willing to learn about loving myself, and then just letting that go. That is the easier option. I'm willing to be shown how to love myself, how to feel good enough without the striving thing, because the striving thing is mean. That's like telling a kid, sort that out, like learn it now, be a master of that now. It's mean to do that. Yeah, you got resistance to get through first. I've got a dirty screen. You got resistance to get through first, and have patience with yourself there. That's another self-loving thing as well, having patience. It feels to me like you've got a few more lessons before you'll really get to that 10 of Pentacles, the success of whatever it is that you're looking for. But you'll have small successes along the way, and let that be enough. Don't let anyone tell you that you should be able to have the big stuff now. You know. Jenny. Thanks, Laura. Ooh. It threw you a bit, Jessica. Oh, when they tell you to stay with a connection, sometimes it's because they don't want you to have to get into another one to get the same lesson. Actually, not for you. That's why. And then, yeah, that's why. No, you see, we cannot leave these lesson relationships too fast, because there's a reason that we get into it, and there's something that we need to learn, and the universe is like, no, learn it in this one, please. Don't leave it another 5 years to get into another relationship and then learn that same thing in that one. If we give it up too soon, if we become like too Queen of Swordsy, too strong boundaries, unwilling to get into any kind of relationship if there's one red flag kind of thing, unwilling to get into a relationship unless it's the one, we halt our progress. We can't do that. We've got to be willing. And so I get it. I get why you don't trust your guides because of that, because it sucks, doesn't it? I'm telling you what, being a tarot reader personally, it's suckier than that. You know why? Because I will ask the cards and they will give me a perfect reading. They will, like, I'll do a Celtic cross from us. I remember one particular reading that I did. I can't tell you how excited I got about it. My friends were watching me do this reading as well. It's when my ex, my first boyfriend, had got in touch with me, and we started having this romantic banter back and forth. And I'm like, maybe he's the one for me after all. It certainly was the strongest, most passionate, most pure relationship I've ever had, for sure. And so my friend said, do a reading on it. And so we're all sat there. They're all tarot readers. I pull out the Celtic cross and it's a perfect spread. It was, saying that he was the one. All of it. It was just the perfect spread. And everyone was like, oh my God, Clyde, this is it, blah, 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 And I thought it was too. It wasn't. It was a lesson. Oh my God. You see, but the guides, they need to do that to get us into it. Otherwise, they know that we wouldn't go there. You've been feeling mitt lately. Just be willing to love yourself through it. That's what the cards are saying, Jenny. I know, Jessica. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. So, why? Jessica's higher self, why? Because it is really annoying, but they know our resistances. This is directly from your higher self. You've got to forgive your higher self. They know how to get us to do something, and they will underhanded methods to get us to do something. Because if they were truthful with us and say, you're going to get a hard lesson from this one, we'll be like, no, thank you, and we wouldn't do it. Forgive your higher self for that one. Have mercy for the communication that they've given you. You see, higher self is like family. You know how family, they know us so well that they know how to deal with us, or they know what to tell us to get us to do stuff and things like that. Our higher self is that on steroids. It knows exactly how to play us, knows us better than we know ourselves. But tell us why you've actually got her in this situation. It's about you lightening up about relationships. Giving yourself permission to have fun. You know how I was saying to Maria about being open to abundance? Like, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you let the universe just shower you with love and its generosity and all of that, and be open to everything? So it's been highlighting your focus, which is a very good thing. But it can work against you. Your loyalty, which is a very good thing, but it can work against you. There's a balance to be had between letting go and focus. There's what is this? You feel guilty about being easy about it. Did somebody tell you that you can't have a good relationship unless you're serious or something like that? Yeah, you are. You're being handled. We all are. We really are. And the more you can let go and go with the flow, the easier it is. Rather than making up your mind about it. That's what really messes us up, isn't it? We make our minds up about something. We make something mean something. We get hold of it with our minds and go, oh, well, this is it. This is it. And then when it's taken away and it's like, no, that's not it. We don't like that. This is about you using the skills and those things that you've got, like that tenacity and that focus and that loyalty and all of that, using that for you and not against you. And everything can be used against us. It's almost a game. It is. It's almost a game. It's almost a let it go. No, keep hold of it. No, let it go. No, keep hold of it. And you're like, what the hell? That's what the game is. It's that balance. It's that balance of how can I let go of this yet hold it dear at the same time with less attachment to it. That's what it is. You're playing the attachment game. That's why it's been back and forth with you. And each time you do the let go of it, no, keep hold of it, no, let go of it, no, they are the one, no, they're not the one. Every time you go through that process, as aggravating as that is, each time you go through it, you're getting better at it. You're getting better at that non-attachment thing. Does that make sense? It is a game. You are being played with, yes, but it's for good reason. Because through that game, you are being trained to let go more, but also focus more too. Makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Do you want a tarot card? Let's give you a tarot card as well. Don't really need it for this, but I'm not sure I should show you this. You got two. You got the Six of Cups, which is the soulmate twin flame card, and you've got a big offer. Now, a big offer. Wait for the big offer. Wait for the big offer before you do anything. Before you decide someone is this, wait for the big offer. The soulmate, the twin flame, the one that is choosing you, it's the one that's going to choose you. They're not all going to step up. We can't decide who's going to do that. They've actually got to do it. Wait for the one that gives you the big offer. Don't commit before that. Don't commit to even thinking of the one before that. That's what those two cards say. So you can set yourself free from this game in what the tarot cards just said. It's like, okay, universe, give me someone that gives me a big offer, someone that's compatible, all of that stuff that I want, but that's giving me a big offer. And then I will, in the meantime, I'll have some fun. Cool. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, because I know it's frustrating. I know they've played me the same way, and I'm not playable in that way anymore. I'm way cooler about it. Did I say, was it in here? I can't, it might have been in one of the deeper dives or something. When I had that in 2020, I had a boyfriend for, we got to know each other for a month before we started seeing each other, and it didn't last long after we started seeing each other because the owner of the gym got jealous, got in between us. But it was really good while we had that relationship. Yeah, very happy, a lot of fun. He is very open-hearted and high vibe, very high vibe. And it all went wrong, yeah. But my friends said afterward that how proud they were of me that I let it go so fast. And I did. It's not that it didn't impact me. It was, I missed him. And, you know, I was like, universe, what the hell are you doing kind of stuff. I was going through all of that. But there wasn't the attachment that I've had previously. It didn't change how I felt about myself. That was the difference. I could go through this loss and stuff like that, but it didn't devastate me this time. It didn't change how I felt about myself or the trajectory that I was on or any of that. I was a stable thing going through something. That's all it was. It was so very different than the experiences I've had before. It's the only way I can explain it. And my friends saw it as, you let it go. I'm so proud of how you let that go so fast. You got over it so fast. And I realized, yeah, there is that, but also my getting into it was different too. I took my time and I didn't And I didn't go there. I didn't go there with the this is my soulmate twin flame kind of thing. I didn't attach. It's not just that I got over it fast. I didn't get into it in the same way as I did before. I was still investigating. I was being in the relationship. I was finding out, whether it was, instead of making my mind up first. And it was enough, what it showed me, it was enough in that first month for me to say, yes, I want a relationship, but not enough for me to commit completely. That makes sense. It's all hard, Timothy. It's not easy for any of us. You'd think, wouldn't you? People say, oh, you must have so many boyfriends. Nope. I get stared at a lot is what happens. I get stared at a lot and literally nobody approaches me. Oh, but you must have, you can choose whoever you want when you're good looking. Nope. No. Don't get any offers. Scare them. I scare them all. They just stare at me. They just stare. And something's come up about that lately for me. Made me really angry. A memory. So there was this. This was way back in Byron Bay. This guy, a local musician. He used to come into the cafe that I worked at, and friends with a lot of my friends, kind of thing. Seemed to be an all-round great guy. Good looking. Not really my type, but good looking. Yeah, seemed good. Anyway, he started with a starey kind of thing, staring at me all the time. And this went on for months. And there was one time I was out with my friends, we were watching him, and he was on stage, and he's still staring at me. And I'm like, he stares at me all the time. And they're like, yeah, we noticed he likes you. Go and talk to him. So I did. I decided that night I was going to have the guts and go talk to him. And so I waited till it's finished, and he was there at the side of the stage with all of his friends and everything, and I went up and I asked him where he was going after that. He got in my face and he yelled at me, I don't know what the fuck you think is going on, but you're wrong. And I was like, bah! Crying, went home. That wrecked my night. I'm like, what the hell was that about? And anyway, it was really bad for me at the time. I was on the heels, and I certainly I would handle it very differently now. But I had the memory of this, and I'm like, you asshole. Next time I saw him was in the cafe, and he obviously felt really bad about what he'd done. And he said, are you okay? But I was not having a bar of him anymore. I'm like, you stay the hell away from me. Just ignored him completely. Just kind of nodded at him and ignored him because I'm like, you dirt, you absolute shit human being to have done that. And like, who the hell does he think he is, having the right to stare at me all the time like that too? I'm angry about it still. See him again. Certainly won't let him get away with it like I did. For sure. 2025, you think? Isn't going to take that long. Oh, it's raining. Wasn't expecting that. Let's get back into some tarot for the collector. So it's interesting, isn't it? These things come up. Have you had things like that from the past come up? Quick, Liam, run. Take the cloths off the sun lounges. And then it can stop raining. Yesterday at the gym in the morning, we have like face towel things that you can use to dry yourself off or whatever, sweat. And he'd washed them and he'd hung them all up in the thing, and the sun was out, so he went and put them outside, and then the sun went in. I'm like, see what you've done? You made the sun go in by putting washing out. It's your fault if it starts raining now. Let go of resentments. I haven't thought about him for a long time, but my handling of that, oh man, it would be so very different now. That was not okay for him to do that, and it's not okay for people to treat me like that. Told some of his friends about that, and they were like, I can't believe it doesn't sound like him at all. He's a great guy. It's not a great guy. No. So to me, that is not a great guy that does things like that. There's something in that for me, though, in that whole people wanting to be around my energy and take my energy and give nothing back. That's what it is. That's really annoying when that happens. Kind of obsess over me and I get nothing from it. I don't like that. I wouldn't say it's a resentment, but it's sure a thing that I'd handle very differently now. Not something I would let lie anymore. It's something that I would actually speak up about now. I handle it in a very different way, you know. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't have been the one going home crying that night. It wouldn't have been me doing that. It would have been him. Rightly putting it on his shoulders. He did the wrong thing there, and that was about him. It would have been his night messed up, not mine. It was about me taking the impact, I think. Anyway. 7 of Chalices. So we've got choices to make. Back to the tarot, the collector. Choices to make might seem confusing. There's people in them cups. It's all her. All the people in the cups, it's all her. It's all differing sides of her. Let's have a look at this. In one of them, she's holding some papers and kind of looking away. In one of them, she's a doctor. In one of them, she's a singer, like pop star kind of thing. In one of them, she's a policewoman or something like that. In one of them, she seems very feminine and happy and all of that. In one of them, she seems to be a librarian or a teacher. And then in another one of them, a wistful kind of waiting for something. All different versions of herself, and she's got to choose. Who do we want to be? Well, let's read it. 7 of Chalices. Water? Nope. Wrong deck. Cups. 7 of Cups. The world is full of possibilities and we're full of potential. As this young woman now knows, the imagination is a great gift, for through it we can experience all possible futures and thereby commit to one and manifest it in our lives. We're talking parallel universes again here. What universe do you want to be in? What version of yourself do you want to be? We exist in all of these different parallel universes, but we're slightly different in each, and it's that we're choosing who we want to be. In that parallel universe, that night went down very differently. In the universe that I'm in now, the past is very different. That went down differently. You wouldn't dare do it now, you think? I don't know. I wonder, I have no idea what compelled him to say that or be like that. A weird reaction to someone approaching you and asking. I can't even imagine what would cause him to say something like that. Or maybe his friends had been, because everyone noticed, so maybe his friends had been like, you're staring at her kind of thing. Maybe his friends had been at him, and then I've approached and it's all been too much for him. I don't know. I don't really care. 7 of Chalices. So which version of ourselves are we going to be? That's what we're choosing. Who do you want to be now? Who are you going to be in this? vision that you've got of the future, because that's who you're picking now. That's the parallel universe that you're picking now. I wonder how many I've been in. It's interesting because I watch movies sometimes on YouTube, and it started, you know how if you watch like similar kind of movies, it keeps on showing you those in your feed. So if I do a search on movies, it's coming up with all these time travel movies now, and it's about this. One of them was about this parallel universe thing, and he was going from one to another. He'd created this wormhole kind of thing. He was going from one to another, and it was very confusing to him because his girlfriend was cheating on him in one, and she wasn't in the other, and he was skipping between the two until another one of his scientist friends realized what was going on, that he wasn't going crazy, that he was actually going in between two universes where that scientist was also very different toward him too. So, yeah. That's what we've got going on at the moment. We're choosing. Is that why we have, remember when they told us that we have to, the most important thing is for us to get that energy and then just hold it? Remember? A few months ago when they told us that the divine feminine just needs to get this energy and then hold that energy. Be steady in that. That's how we choose. Lovers. Lovers. That's a choice too. There you go. In all of these parallel universes, we're with that person and we're with that person. These people will meet like, hang on a minute, are you the one? You're the one. No, we're actually married to them in another universe. But do we choose to be that one this time? Oh, the coffee's running out. The lovers. Lovers are two people, sometimes a single person, for this card is not always about romantic relationships. Who commit to a certain path, who decide to pursue a certain long-term goal. This isn't just about relationship long-term goals as well. This is about, are you going in the same direction? That's the only relationship that's going to last. You've got to make sure that you've got the same long-term goals, because you're going to grow apart otherwise. So it's more important right now that you're choosing your long-term goals, not the relationship. The relationship will come along that matches that. The relationship in that parallel universe will come along. It's your long-term goals you need to focus on. This is not some random or spontaneous decision. They are in it for the duration and intend to see it to the very end. Consequently, it should be a well-considered decision that includes much soul-searching as well as a good balance between heart and mind. This is saying, do not choose the relationship. Don't choose the relationship and then mold your life around that. This is saying, go for your long-term goals and the relationship will come along that matches that. Mm-hmm. And if you think of it from a muggle perspective as well, it's very attractive when someone knows what they want in life and they're following their passions and they've got long-term visions and everything, literally everything first, not lovers. So for any of you that are fixated on one certain person, stop it. Choose who you want to be, your long-term goals, what you want to do first. And then if that relationship in this particular wait. In this particular parallel universe is the match to that, then it will be. I feel like we're going to skip to the one where it'll be. but you can't necessarily choose which person it's going to be. Do you know what I mean? So wait. Let me get my head around this then. Twin flames. What the hell's that all about? Oh, the ones that come together to do something big. You need to be on that path doing something big first. And then they come in. So I was asking, are twin flames always together then in all of these parallel universes? And it's not true. No, they're not. Only the ones that have got into the divinity, that have got onto this long-term goal, your aspirations, those are the ones that are going to come together. So it's not like you get the relationship with your twin flame and then together you create this thing that you're going to do together. You come to, it's not that at all. You come together once you are creating that thing, once you're on that path. How interesting. The Hermit. In the meantime, Hermit. Focusing on your own energy. Always good advice. The Hermit knows that she must sometimes put herself first. Absolutely time to put yourself first. Downtime has to be a priority. Without it, she cannot recharge her soul. You know, where relationships are concerned, if you read any of that trash magazine or online stuff that says, well, some of you are just got too high standards and you're not willing to compromise, and so that's why you can't have a man, because you're too, successful or whatever, and you're not prioritizing relationships. So in other words, diminish yourself to have a relationship. No, absolutely don't do that. Don't read that kind of stuff. The Hermit knows that she, not just sometimes, but she must put herself first, not relationship first, not them first, but put yourself first. Downtime has to be a priority. See, this makes more sense, doesn't it, now, if we're talking about parallel universes and shifting those? Because in the universe that you're in right now, your partner isn't there. They're not there. It's more than confirmation bias that everything exists in this universe and it's there, but you're only getting to see part of it. It's more than that. Downtime has to be a priority. Without it, she cannot recharge her soul. There's that recharge again. As she continues to grow and change, she must continually reassess her beliefs. Retreating from distractions. Yeah, continuously reassess her beliefs as well. Like things like that memory that I got back going, that wouldn't happen. Not in this universe. Not me. Not anymore. Not a chance. Different person now. Retreating from distractions to touch base with her own heart is not a once-in-a-lifetime event, but a regular date with herself. Retreating from distractions to determine your own truth. It's not a time to try and manifest things either, for us to try and manifest things. Definitely not. It's a time to sit back and let it all unfold. Lisa, your daughter tries to do that. Kids do that, don't they? Mine did, for sure. Oh my God, it was like what they said to me most of the time. Mum, could you not? They used to hate it. Could it not be me? Could you not be you, Mum? Can you just be boring like the other mums? No, I can't, because I'm me. Do you have to have your own business? Do you have to do this, Mum? Do you have to do this, Mum? Yes, I do, because that's me. Gotta have high standards. Stick with that. But there's something about us being really resolute in that energy and holding that energy and being chill about it and waiting for the universe to rearrange itself around us, or us for it to slip through that wormhole or whatever it is into the waking up is what I just heard. Waking up in a new universe. Just wake up and it's a new universe where there isn't a rat in the roof chewing through the ceiling. What else? Ooh, 3. It's the Queen of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the 3 of Chalices. 3 of Cups. The Queen. I feel like someone asked me a question I didn't answer. Why am I feeling that? I don't know. Did someone ask a question I didn't answer? I just had a feeling. Queen of Chalices. Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups provides comfort and solace for an aching heart. I don't like that explanation of it. The Queen of Cups is open and receptive. She knows that she deserves to receive. She's loving and nurturing, yes, but she's doing it for herself. She's open and receptive to, in a feminine kind of way, to receive what she receives. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups, being receptive to that, to what it is that we want. Then we've got the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. This woman has done all the necessary work. Oh, I love this card. This woman's done all the necessary work and a desire has been released to the universe. Now she waits, content, with the flow, within the flow of divine energy and perfect trust that a goal will manifest. This is this reading all over. This card is it. That's the energy we need to be in right now. And if you're in that energy, that is awesome. Yes. Yes. And 3 cups. These 3 women are gathered in a joyous celebration. That's me tomorrow night. The divine blesses them and undines join the party. I didn't invite any undines. I just invited people. Their act creates more joy and brings happy energy into being. The undines are ladyboys. I invited them. In fact, I hired them. We've got a ladyboy show at my birthday party. The Queen Cabaret, they're going to be there. It's going to be fun. My friend made 4 kilograms of sausages for it. Not sure what other food we're having. I know that I'm having a cheesecake because my friend asked me what kind of cake I want. She's making it. That's your candle. This is the best card. I love this card. I think because it's taken me such a long time to get to this point of being chill like that and waiting and knowing that I've done everything that I need to do. I guess we should be questioning myself before, like, have I done enough? Am I enough? And all of these things. Now I'm not. Now I'm the 3 of Wands. I am enough. I'm more than enough. Anyway, stop thinking about the party. These 3 women have gathered in joyous celebration. The divine blesses them and undines join the party. Their act creates more joy and brings happy energy into being. A spontaneous, unexpected joy or pleasure. Not so spontaneous, my party, but maybe something's going to happen at my party. I know who's invited, and he was talking about it yesterday. Because everyone thought it was my birthday yesterday, because I've made a joke on Facebook saying it was my 21st birthday. So they all thought it was on the 21st. No. Lost in translation. 5 of Chalices. Doesn't look good, does it? What? It was going so well. Things did not work out as this woman had hoped. Her expectations were not realized. Unfortunately, this does happen in life from time to time. Mourning is like calling to the divine. It can come to comfort and heal. Reactions to loss and grief. It might not work out as you expected it to work out, especially if you're hanging on one person, especially if you've got an attachment to one person and you think that's the way it's going to come. How could you possibly know? We're talking about parallel universes here. You can't possibly know. Whether it's them or not, we can't know. We've got to give it up now. Something might go down at the party. Whee! Money's on its way to me. Australian money converted into Thai money sent from my Australian bank account to my Thai bank account. That's what I'm talking about there. Well, it's all very clear, isn't it? I think it is. So the inner work that we're doing at the moment, we don't have to do it for a long time, but we do need to hold that energy. We need to let go more, be waiting more, be trusting more. Know that we've done enough and that we are enough. And you know how I was getting from this King of Pentacles that it's about the material world coming around and providing the necessary components with it. It's about the material world. I said when I pull this card out, this isn't a person. This is the entity of what it is that you're creating and the material world molding itself to be cooperative in that. This is parallel universes. The universe that is stable for you, for where you're headed, is coming, is like that stability. So the Ace of Wands, it's going to be very exciting. In the planning stages at the moment, so building that energy. Who's going to join you in that universe? We're waiting on that material shift. And then you'll know, then it's all going to be fast forward. You're the calm in the storm. You have to be, because we're choosing the version of ourselves that we want to be. So now we're not even talking about is the masculine going to step into the divine masculine? We're waiting on that one particular person to do that. This is way bigger than that. We're waiting on us. What energy are we choosing now? They're choosing, sure. You can't be sure whether they're going to choose, or even the version of them that's going to be in the universe that you choose. All we can do is choose ourselves. Choose what we want in the long term, where we're headed, all of that, and get really clear on that and wait. We have to put ourselves first now. It's going to confuse you by focusing on someone else because you don't know. Because the version of the person that you're focused on probably isn't the version of the person. Even if you're going to be with them, it isn't the version of that person. There's huge decisions to make at the moment. They might make it, they might not, in this particular universe, where you go to the one where the people who are making those decisions that are aligned with you and what it is that you want come about. So we've got to let go of the people around us. We can't say who's coming with us. We can't say who's coming with us right now. All we can say is, I'm going there. I don't know who's coming with me, but I'm going there, and there will be people with me there once I get there. But I just need to be really clear in who I am and where I'm going. It's that. So, back to the energy update today. Big change going on at the moment, and people are having reactions to it. Don't be one of those people, because if you start running around like a headless chicken and being in that reactive energy, that's your choice. Do you want to end up in a place like that? I don't. Where everyone's being like that, drama and chaos and conflict and stress, and don't choose that right now. Don't be that right now. Yeah, you don't want to end up in a universe like that. My God, we've experienced that already, haven't we? I already got myself out of that, in fact. over and over again. So recharge yourself. It's important to focus on well-being at the moment, like the Norman card said. There's going to be gossip, there's going to be drama, there's going to be all of these kind of things around us, but we need to withdraw from that. The Lenormand cards also said that some people are going to be very loyal to an old concept. There's people that are going to be holding on to that. Don't let any of it bother you. We're not here to change anyone's mind about it. We're not here to create change like that. We're here to create change within ourselves and then head to that place. That's good, isn't it? It's good to know. It makes it more clear. Certainly just for me anyway. I'm looking forward to this bit. Oh, yeah. It just reminds me, it's like when I was talking to my next business partner. He said, what month is it? You know how when you learn a different language, you don't necessarily know the months of the year. You know them. It's like you don't particularly know the numbers, but you know how to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you need someone to say, we're at 3, so you can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like that. He said, what month is it? I said, it's April. He's like, okay, April, May, June, July. And it's like August. August is when we can do it. Okay, August. There's that planning, there's that. He's very grounded too, you know, he's Taurus too. There's some people are in this very grounded energy, and you can certainly see who's in it at the moment. I can. And I can certainly see who isn't in it at the moment. You can't change the world, you can change you, but in changing you, you change the world. We've heard it so many times, right? Now it's making more sense, isn't it? And the unraveling of the whole twin flame and soulmate thing as well. It's like, well, who you even focused on, the version that you're even focused on of them isn't, they've got choice, they've got free will. You don't even know if they're going to end up in the same place as you, making the same choices. They might not. It's all in the balance at the moment. We're all deciding. If you want more information about it, read my Beyond 2012 book. I'll go into this kind of thing, but maybe not with as much clarity as I've got about it now. Ooh, what's that? Ding. Thank you, Lara. Yay, I'm going to be older next time you see me. Let's do this all over again on Monday. Not mundane, Monday. I'll be a year older, a year and a day older. Okay. Thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks for your donations and your presents, and have a great weekend. Be chill. No running around like headless chickens.